Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, November the 10th, 2022. Thursday, November the 10th, 2022. Today was a pretty interesting episode of the Young and the Restless today. We start off with Abby. She comes to see Devon at the door. He said, "Well, hi, Abby. Is Dom ready to go?" Come on, Abby. Get over it. This is a guy you were just in the sheets with not even 2 hours ago, ripping the man's clothes off. You are hardly. Oh, oh. So he says, "No, I didn't get him ready because I felt, we need to talk." So she comes in and they talk, and it's still the um how'd it go for you, pretty much. Chance says that he sensed it all along in us, and Devon's like, how could he sense something we didn't sense? Well, did you not really sense it? Did you not? Right? And so then, of course, later in the conversation, it does come out to, well, you know what? Was this underlined between us? You know, do you feel it was a mistake? The whole conversation, because Devon ended up admitting, well, no, I mean, not necessarily he feels it's a mistake. See, there you go. There you go. The way that they left this, like Abby said, had we not been interrupted, would we still be on the couch in each other's arms? See, she goes, because when it was over, we didn't get up right away and act like it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't at all. You probably guys were gearing up for round two. Okay. So Devon is, my whole thing is, bottom line, own it. So then she goes, is this going to make things weird between us and awkward? And he goes, well, you mean like it is right now? And he goes, no, unless we let it, and because it shouldn't have happened. And Abby says it can't happen again. Anytime they say it can't happen again, it's going to be happening tomorrow. It's going to be happening tomorrow. And then she goes, and Chance says this, and then Chance, he left. He says he needs space. I don't know where Chance, but I feel it's over. And how did it go for you? And he told her, Amanda left. She's leaving Genoa City. She's not coming back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He goes, Abby, you know what? It's not for you to be sorry for. It's for both. We did what we did, right? And he goes, I don't want her to go, but we can't explain what happened. I can't make this right for her. And then my whole thing, but then he had the nerve to talk about Chance shouldn't. He was actually downing what Abby says Chance said to her. And I was in my mind the whole time Devon is talking. I'm like, shut up, Devon. Shut up. You cheated. You slept with the man's wife. He could say whatever he feels. Thank goodness he had restraint and didn't pull your little behind off of that couch and commence to whooping it. You're naked with his wife, period. So I was like, you know what? Devon is not my favorite person right now, period. I mean, the character, just the way the writers decided to just obliterate both of those relationships. Unfortunately, we take it out on the characters when it was actually the writing, just because that came out of nowhere. It's like the actors are saying, look, we don't know where this came from. Look, we just came to work today. This is what they gave us, right? And now, how do we figure out this mess? Okay, and it's a hot mess. So, like I said, Abby's going to end up pregnant again, and it's going to be Devon's, and they're going to end up together. Even if Amanda stayed in town and Chance left, because Chance will leave Genoa City, Abby would use Dominic as a divide between Devon and Amanda. She absolutely positively, because everything has to be about her. Even when the baby was young, and remember, she couldn't get it to stop crying. She couldn't this, she couldn't that. Devon would go over and all hours of the night till morning, and Amanda put up with that. She put up with it. Okay. Now, what's interesting to me, everybody, let's think about this. Abby is staying in the Chancellor home. Abby still has her house, the house that Brad left her. Okay. If Chance leaves her, is Abby still going to stay in the Chancellor house? That's interesting to me. Who would get the Chancellor house? Are they going to say, well, because legally the baby is a chancellor, okay, and the baby should inherit the chancellor mansion? Is that the angle they would go on? Because, and I guess, yes, Devon is a heir of that chancellor house as well. So, okay, I could see, Abby staying in the chancellor house, because Chance will never even be there anyway, And when Jill comes to town, is she going to stay still at the chancellor house? Because every time Jill comes to town, she stays at that house like it's part hers, when in actuality, who does the chancellor house belong to? Can any of you put your Y&R history thinking caps on? When Catherine left, who does the house belong to? I don't think she gave it to Jill. Did she give it to Jill? That's interesting. So anyway, that's side topic, means here and there. But my whole thing is, look, if Devon and Abby get together, is he gonna move into the Chancellor house? Share the same bedroom Chance did with Abby? I don't know. I don't know what, look, we'd have to remodel this whole thing. So that was that. They still left it completely unresolved, completely. And then we have poor Amanda. She called Phyllis immediately. Phyllis comes over. And I tell you, this has been one of the longest days in history, because I'm so sick of seeing Phyllis in that same high-waisted skirt and Ashley in that same white pants outfit. You just don't know. So Phyllis hears the whole story, and she is in shock and disbelief that, what? He goes, wait, he slept with Abby and when he has you, and and it was just like, there's no explanation for it. There's no reason, there's no rhyme. The only thing Amanda said is, I'm leaving, I'm going back home, I'm going back tomorrow. And Phyllis is like, no, you can't leave me. And I don't even know she said tomorrow. She could be going back tonight. She says, I'm putting Genoa City in my rearview mirror and I'm never coming back. And Phyllis was just pleading with her, please don't make this decision in haste. And Amanda's like, it's not in haste. What was keeping me here was Devon, or my ties to Genoa City is Devon. Devon has completely shattered our relationship, I have no more faith in this man. He has shown me what he's capable of. No. And so Phyllis is like, but what about your job? She goes, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll be leaving him in a lurch. She goes, I will work remotely like I've been working remotely until Lily finds a replacement. And if Amani wants to come back, Amani could come back. But let's face it, Amani ain't coming back because Nate's not. Her and Nate were so close. You know what? They're not texting each other. She don't know that Nate's not there anymore. They were that close, right? So she goes, Amani could come back, but Amani couldn't cut it. Amani's a new lawyer. Amani was learning the ropes. So no, Lily would not have just Amani be head legal for her corporation at all. So Amanda and Amani could come on, camera, get right. Amanda and Amani could open up a firm in Virginia. Please just open up one together there. And it's like Amanda said, no, my whole family is there. Just, you know, Devon is here. So Phyllis is like, but I'm here. You know, you're my only friend. And that is so sad. My enemies are now my friends. She goes, you just so much is going on. I needed you so much. And Amanda's like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, but we could video chat. She goes, it's not the same. So she even told her, I love you, Amanda. And I mean, that when you think about it, Amanda was Phyllis's like best girlfriend. They have not had Phyllis have a girlfriend in forever. Lauren is Phyllis's girlfriend. You know, and now that Lauren told Phyllis what she did, Phyllis don't feel it. She don't want to hear it. It's not that Lauren is not her friend anymore. Phyllis just doesn't want to hear it, you know. And so Michael is still Phyllis's friend, right? It's just Phyllis wanted him to draw a line in the sand and choose between her and Diane. And Michael didn't want to draw no line. Why should he? You know, and that's so true though. We're adults here. We're all adults. You can't dictate my friends, and I can't dictate your friends. But we are still friends. Look, we will just agree to have you don't talk about that friend or that and that, and I won't allow that friend to talk about you. Or if you feel, no, you're my friend, I get to talk about what I want, fine, you can talk about what you want to me, but I really won't give you an opinion, nor will you sway my side. So as long as you understand that you're using me just as a sounding board, not as a pawn that you can move around, then okay, talk about whoever you want, right? But Michael and Phyllis are still friends. Lauren too. You know, Amanda was her newest friend. So anyway, it was kind of sad, but I'm with Amanda because she goes, I could not work in Hamilton Winters, seeing Devon every day. Although I'm thinking, well, chick, you're working from Virginia, you wouldn't see Devon at all. That's part of the problem, is you aren't even there. So no, you wouldn't see him, but that wouldn't solve what Phyllis wants. Phyllis physically wants her in Genoa City, and that's just not going to happen. So really, I hope this week they do wrap up Amanda and send her character on, because there's only would be just whole problems happening, period, if she stayed. You know, it'd be a whole Elena thing. Oh, every time you see her, look what he did to me. Oh, look what he's turned into. Look at what, oh, goodness gracious. So yeah, that was kind of sad. I got a little emotional when Phyllis was talking to her friend because she doesn't want her friend to leave. But anyway, anyhow, on to Tucker. Tucker gave Ashley a bit of news that Diane doesn't even know. That flyer, because look, I pushed pause and I read it. That flyer says he is getting released. Like, as if he's either released now or he's being released next week. Jeremy Stark, early release. So guess who's coming to dinner, everybody? Guess who's coming to dinner in Genoa City? It's going to be Jeremy Stark. Remember, Diane did get this strange text, and we couldn't tell who that was from, and it says, I'm coming. And she looked on word. Yeah, Jeremy Stark is coming. Good, good. Let's let him wreak havoc over whatever he's going to wreak havoc over in Genoa City, because realize, we don't know what industry Jeremy Stark is in, right? We just know all the money he was making, he was laundering it, right? We don't know what industry he's in. That's going to be something. And one of the comments from Comment Corners a few months ago or a month ago said Diane is probably married to Jeremy, and she probably is. She's probably married to Jeremy Stark, right? Now, Diane decided, okay, so before they got on the elevator, they were talking, outside in front of Jack's office. And Ashley, Jack and Diane come up because, Diane. She stayed at the house waiting for Jack to come and immediately went in on Jack. Do you know they had that chick win him back over? Unbelievable. Jack was that stupid, right? So he ends up not telling her, yes, we're back on track. No, his actions showed it. I'm getting ready to head back to Jabot. Would you like a ride? And I'm thinking, why on earth would she want to ride? Her car isn't right there. No, maybe her car's not there, because initially Kyle brought her from the Jabot offices back to that house so they could talk. So her car is not there. Her car would be at Jabot. So she goes, why, thank you. That's very nice of you. See, So they come walking into Jabot and they see Tucker and Abby. I mean, and Ashley talking. And Ashley has the envelope that has the information on Jeremy. And so Tucker tells her, he goes, hey, what are you two doing here? This is what Jack is saying. And Tucker says, Ashley, would you like to have dinner tonight? And Tucker, well, you know what? This whole elevator scene is before Jack and Diane show up. They go into the elevator and Tucker pulls the stop button so they could talk. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why didn't they just go in Ashley's office? But that's down in the lab. So, anyway, so that's where he's filling her in on what's happening on the flyer, right? So then they go back out there to, Jack's office. And that's when Jack and Diane show up. So Tucker says, so would you like to have dinner with me tonight? And Ashley looks at him, dinner? Sure. Tucker says, so we could discuss LA. And Diane looks like, and Jack is kind of like, and Ashley's like, well, yeah. So Tucker reaches over and kisses her on her cheek, and Ashley didn't want to do her usual, stop it. She's playing along, especially in front of Diane, but she's thinking, you got me. You knew I had to stand right here for that, right? So see you later, Ash. So Tucker leaves, and Jack looks at her and says, can I have a word with you, Ashley? And she goes, for you, Jackie, you can have two. So they go into the office and Diane is just like, what are you doing with that man? See, oh no, Jack, you don't get a vote. You said that you were trying to find out what his intentions are, you know, really intentions are being in town. But it sounds to me like you're just trying to find out information on Diane in LA. And Jack and Ashley's like, the two are like synonymous with each other. Bottom line, what Diane did in LA, what Tucker and Diane were doing in LA affects what's happening here. So yes, absolutely yes, I am going to have dinner with Tucker. And so he goes, you know what? He says, Ashley, I have told, just, what did he tell her? She goes, Jackie, Tucker has already given me information. There was way more going on in LA than you told me. Way more. And I just have the tip of the iceberg. And he goes, you know what? Stop it, Ashley. Just stop it. He says, you are just leave the woman. Leave. What did he tell her? He says, there could be 100 more secrets out there, about Diane. I don't want to hear none of them. The relationship between my son and his mother is in jeopardy with you doing this, and I won't have it. He goes, leave the poor woman alone. And I said, poor woman? When has Diane ever been a poor woman? Leave the poor woman alone. Ashley is looking. See, Jack is finally, he's talking to Ashley the way he's talking to Phyllis now. Ashley looked at him like, I can't believe this is coming out of your mouth. I can't believe it. Huh. Okay. Ashley turns from him and stomps out of his office because she's like, oh, I ain't stopping at this at all. Period. See, Ashley's like Phyllis. She's like, I'm going to burn this down. And I'll tell your son. Just like she told Kyle about when him and Summer came, Ashley was boom. Oh, you haven't told him? Blah, 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 blah. Ashley's going to find out and she's going to tell everything. And Jack will have to deal with it. See, this is all Diane's doing. What did Kyle say? If I find out one more lie. Even what did Jack say? Is this it? Is there anything else? No, this is it. Nope. And what Jack is saying is, look, ultimately, I don't believe that this is it for her. This is all the lies. But I don't want to know. It's best this she-wolf continues to just wreak havoc. And by her worming herself deeper and deeper into that family, it's wreaking havoc. Jack feels like it is okay. Wow, what a father. When you the second hand, and what comes out of your mouth second is, I want to protect my son and my grandson. But you would like to, okay, be oblivious to any obvious lies and anything that can harm them. See? And Jeremy Stark coming to town, we don't know what kind of danger that could be for your son and his son. Wouldn't that be interesting if somehow Jeremy was related to Ashlyn Locke and that's Jeremy's nephew, even though that son is not supposed to be Ashlyn's son? We'll see. We shall see. So I was like, you know what, Jack? You are about to get absolutely positively everything you deserve where Diane is concerned. And it's going to all be straight on you. So Diane follows Tucker to society. And Tucker turns around and he goes, are you following me? With a smile. What are you and Ashley up to, Tucker? And he looked at her and he walked towards her. He says, oh, you're misunderstanding the situation. When our relationship ended, you no longer ask me questions, and you no longer are privy to anything I do. She goes, you know, I did not tell Jack everything that happened in LA. And Tucker looked at her and he walked a little closer. He said, and you better keep your mouth shut. So that's telling you Tucker did something deeper, something a little deeper, right? And Diane was involved with it too. Okay. Tucker had enough money that, to me, I don't see him being in league with Jeremy Stark with the money laundering, because Tucker didn't need that. He doesn't need that kind of money. He has it, you know? But something they probably were in cahoots about, but no, not necessarily, because Tucker don't seem to have a care in the world knowing Jeremy's getting out. And he knows Tucker's going to tell Jeremy, if he hasn't already told Jeremy, where Diane is. Tucker's not worried about that, but Tucker did something else. Hopefully Tucker's not involved with Chemo's death. Didn't they say Chemo had a heart attack, though? Everybody, how did they say Chemo died? Let me know. I forgot. I forgot how Chemo died. I'm trying to figure out what would Tucker do that he looked at her and said, and you better keep your mouth shut. That means whatever it is, he does not want to come out. And the way he told it to Diane, and then he walked away from her, she's standing there going like, okay, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, possibly. So anyway, it's getting intriguing. Young and the Restless is getting quite intriguing, everybody. Let me know how you felt about today's episode. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's go to Comment Corner. Melody says, Amanda is too darn beautiful for Devon. She will find someone who will want her and respect her. Devon cannot keep it in his pants. Well, for Amanda, remember, Devon was a step up. Oh, goodness. Well, you would think a billionaire is a step up for anybody, right? Wrong. But remember, the relationship Amanda was in before Devon was the stalker, abusive boyfriend. Remember that storyline? Amanda has had just nothing but drama coming into Genoa City, period. So Devon was the best thing she had. But you know what? Nobody deserves. If she wants a committed relationship, a monogamous one, unfortunately, is not going to be Devon. You know, because Devon has proven himself, right? Kiki says, I agree. Amanda should have, well, I agree. Abby should have waited to start her and Chance's baby journey after Chance returned home. I agree with you, Kiki. I never understood why Chance's Abby go ahead and start with it. Why? You know, no, that should have been something they did together. They had just gotten married, period. Abby's eggs were not going away. Her body just couldn't carry the baby. It did not have to happen then, period. And then they could have started, they could have started as a team, and she would not have needed to lean on Devon for support. Abby was not as supportive of Chance as he needed while dealing with the PTSD when he returned home. She was helping him to be what she needed, not what he needed. It's sad. I liked them together. I liked Abby and Chance together too. I really thought they made a good couple. He was laid back enough to let Abby be as needy as she want to be. Completely. Devon may be laid back, but I'm thinking, well, I don't know. There, Amanda, with all her drama, she was definitely needy with the abusive boyfriend situation. She was definitely needy with the whole DNA situation. Oh my goodness, my mother, can you go with me? Let's sit outside the house. She was needy. He tends to gravitate to needy, right? And then when her mother got sick, needy. So she's been needy the entire time he's known her, period. So Abby would fit right in, 100% fit right in. And Patricia said, Devon and Abby together was no surprise to me because the actress who plays Abby admitted in an interview she wanted a Devon and Abby pairing. And it was on track since the baby was conceived. I can see it. The Young and the Restless has a lot of love scenes to try to make up for with the lack of action and adventure in their storylines, which, except for Tucker and Adam's storyline, oh, well, you know what? In the end, that Ashlyn and Victoria storyline, that was doggone good. It has some action in it. Sometimes their storylines are quite boring, which is true in The Young and the Restless. I think General Hospital is a faster paced soap than The Young and the Restless. And oh my God, don't get me started on No Bold and No Beautiful. Now, The Bold and the Beautiful, it's like watching paint dry. Okay. Which is probably why they feel The Young and the Restless it moves so much. And then it says the writer should take a page from General Hospital, which has both romance, adventure, and excitement. Man, not so much romance all the time though. And then we have Kakila says too much time, and I don't quite know what too much time that comment. Kakila, you may want to come back and say you meant too much time to do what, or because of what, or they had to, kind of clarify that comment. But those are all the comments from Comment Corner today. Let's see what tomorrow, Cliffhanger Friday. I don't really see a cliffhanger in the rear view. I really don't. I mean, we could say goodbye to Amanda because I would like to let her leave on a high note. And a high note is she chooses not to accept this because her mother does need a lot of care. She's going to be away, and there is no way that relationship would survive. There is just no way. So with that being said, everyone, I will be back on Monday with another daily recap for The Young and the Restless.